book is called Project 1065 by Alan Gratz. This book takes place in Berlin, Germany in 1943.
This book is about a boy whose family is sent to for the Allies against Nazi Germany. He has a friend named Fritz. Fritz's dad holds all the blueprints for Project 1065. Project 1065 is a secret project the Nazis are making. It's an airplane that doesn't need propellers and has 2 jets as motors. He has to sneak into Fritz's house and steal the plans for the Allies.
Michael has to steal all of the plans, needing only one more page of the blueprints, but Fritz joins a different squad, which results in Fritz rarely being home. The conflict is external because Michael has to get into the house, but Fritz isn't ever home.
I threw myself across the yard, grabbing the book in Fritz's hand. "What are you doing?" I cried. "Stop!" Half his collection was already burning in the bucket. Fritz yanked the book back from me, and I tried to hold it over his head where I couldn't reach it, but I was taller than he was. I snatched at the book, and we wrestled over it for a few desperate seconds until at last I had it. I was about to speak and ask him what in the bloody hell he thought he was doing when he punched me in the nose. It was a fast, straight, and his feet were planted just right, and I'd never seen it coming. All the things I'd taught him to do, I staggered back. Losing my footing, I fell on my butt. I put a hand to my nose and came with blood. Fritz stood over me with a fierce look, cruelty in his knitted eyebrows, and suddenly I understood why Fritz had wanted me to teach him how to fight. He'd been so desperate to join the SRD. All his life, Fritz had been the boy with the bloody nose sitting here on the ground, looking up at the bully who'd beaten him. He joined the SRD so he could come and become a bully himself, just like Hitler. "So this is what it's come to," I said. I didn't get up. I didn't want to fight Fritz. That's not why I was here. "You burn these books?" I said. I hurled the book back and they'd taken from him, and he batted it away. "You burn something you love just to be on top of it for once in your life, even if it means turning back on who you are?" Fritz tugged at his SRD uniform.
This is who I am. I am going to lead Germany into the future. I'm going to help Hitler rule the world, but to do that I have to make sacrifices,"
he said, quoting the her back to me.
"You've burned books too. You made me burn books that day the other boys attacked me."
"I told you to burn those books so the other boys wouldn't kill you,"
"No."
Fritz said. He picked up the book I'd thrown at him.
"They were right. This is degenerate filth. I should never have read it to begin with, and neither should you. A good Nazi doesn't need books or philosophy or art. We think with our blood."
"You think with your blood?" I said. "What does that even mean? How is that even possible?"
Fritz threw the book back at me, but I ducked. "You've never taken any of this seriously, Michael. You've always treated this like a game, but maybe it's because you're not German. But this isn't a game. It's real."
It was strange hearing the things I'd just been saying to myself come from Fritz's lips. It was as though I suddenly stepped outside myself and saw me sitting there on the ground at Fritz's feet. We were just 13, me and Fritz, but we didn't look like boys anymore. Nazi Germany, the war, the Hitler Youth, all of it had made us into men, not man-gods, as Hitler said, but boy-men. Boy whose insides, whose hearts and minds and souls had been forced to grow up faster than our bodies. The war had made us men, and it was time to act like it. "My parents are spies," I said. I like this book, and I would give it a 9 out of 10 because it was kind of 90% of the book was like good and kind of cool, but then the other 10% it was just like always like going on and like, okay, that happened and that's gonna happen again, and it was just kind of really boring. And I would recommend this book to anyone who is like really not emotional, because it was kind of emotional at the end.
I like this book because there was much suspense and action. Like, for me, 70% of the book was action and suspense and stuff like that, and then 30% was, like, surprising. For example, when Fritz's younger sister told Michael that they could make babies together for Hitler, I was like, wait, what? And then I would recommend this book to anyone who likes action and suspense.
So you can find this book at book fairs or Amazon.